on today, we are very happy to have Fran Mcneil, who is the Education Services Director for the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program. This is the program that PIDC is considered the capital partner. We have been working hand in hand with Goldman Sachs since it's the launch, which was January of 2013. So for 8 years now, we've had this outstanding opportunity in Philadelphia. It is free. And if you have not heard about it, we're glad that you are here today because you're going to get it from the professionals. A little about Fran Mcneil. Fran is the Education Services Director, and prior to being the Education Services Director, she was a business advisor. So for those of you who know or don't know, the business advisor is assigned to you one-on-one. They provide coaching, guidance, mentoring support. Fran also hosts her own Significant TV, where she will interview for 15 minutes an entrepreneur. So you want to make sure you're logging on. Fran, make sure we have the contact information so people can log on to Significant TV and hear what you're doing with entrepreneurs. She's been an adjunct faculty with the State University of New York. She actually started with Goldman Sachs before we launched here in Philadelphia. And so Fran is a veteran with the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program. She has also worked with the Tory Burch Foundation, and Fran has spent a career working and mentoring and training entrepreneurs. And so when we talk about Fran being the Education Services Director here, you're getting the best. And so it is an honor and a pleasure. We've had to work with Fran for the last 8 years. We are so fortunate here in Philadelphia to have her expertise and her willingness. And so without further ado, Fran Mcneil, take it away.
Wow, Marla, thank you so much. And the PIDC team, thank you again for allowing small businesses the opportunity to learn about the wealth of resources in the Philadelphia region. So welcome again. I see that there are a number of participants all lined up on the webinar. Happy Tuesday. I hope that you've got positive thoughts in your mind about growing your business and having the mindset to look at your small business being big. So we're going to start off today with welcome and introductions. Then I'll do a more formal, traditional PowerPoint presentation around what is 10KSB and is it right for me, meaning you. Then we'll do a Q&A and a closing. So we're going to move pretty quickly. I know that lots of people have been on Zoom, and the idea is for you to zoom in to your future and think about how you and your business can grow. So as I mentioned, we're going to do some introductions, and what I'm going to do is ask you in 30 seconds to be efficient, effective, and compelling. And that is one of the keystones of the 10KSB program, crisp communication. So your name and one thing that you'd like to share about yourself, where your business is located, what you heard about 10KSB, and what you hope to get out of this session. So if you haven't done so, you can put yourself on speaker view so that you can see what's going on. So I'm going to start off. My name is Fran Mcneil, and one thing I'd like to share about myself is I am an avid walker. Whether it's cold, it's snowy, it's rainy, I walk because I really have put on those COVID-19 pounds, so I got to do it. My business officially is 10KSB. We're located at the Community College of Philadelphia, and what I've heard about 10KSB, and I'm biased, is that it's fabulous. And what I hope to get out of this session is your questions and your commitment to apply. Bam. Okay. So everyone's got the hang of this, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to put those questions in the chat so you can refer to them. And then I'm going to hit the 30-second timer, and I'm going to call people out. I hope that's okay with you. So I'm
Yes.
going to send this to all panelists and attendees, and I'm just
Fran.
going to go down the list.
Fran, can you
Okay.
hear me? It's Quinn.
Yes?
Okay, so
Okay.
when you call people out, what I'm gonna do is I will unmute their mic. And for the people who are watching us right now, you will see a message appear on your screen to unmute on your end as well. And that's when your 30 seconds will start.
Terrific. Okay, so we've got a number of people. I've got my phone. We're ready to go. So Anthony, we're going to go in alphabetical order by first name. And Anthony, you're up.
Okay. My name is Anthony Ibet. I actually work for PIDC. I don't have my business, but I'm a disbursement and a compliance officer for PIDC. One thing about me is I love soccer. I can watch soccer all day.
Terrific.
And
Okay,
this is
Anthony,
my
thanks. So you've identified yourself as a resource, which is terrific for people to know. Chris Paterno.
Hey, my name is Chris. I used
Oops, sorry, Chris. I accidentally hit the wrong button there.
No worries, I'm back. My name is Chris. I work in the music industry. So I used to be a professional songwriter. My business name is Heard. We're based out of Philadelphia, PA. I saw some peers do the 10K program, the Rec Philly guys, and figured I would check it out. I'd love to learn more about the program and how we might be able to get involved.
Terrific. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Dana, you're up next. Dana Hopkins. Hey, Dana, you're on mute.
Dana might not be
Hi,
there.
my name.
Oh, there we
Hi,
go.
there. My name is Dana. I have a property on Frankfurt Avenue. I currently have a hair salon that's not open, but hopefully be reopening in 2022.
Terrific. Thank you, Dana. David Zhang.
Hi, how are you? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Hey, I have a small business up in Roxborough. I'm just here to just learn about this program.
Okay. Terrific. Elizabeth Flynn.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Flynn, and one thing about me is that I share my Zoom with my son, so that's why I have an Among Us placeholder as my face. I have a small business in Southern New Jersey called Inclusive Creative. I'm a digital marketing and web design shop that services small businesses, and my website is inclusivecreative.services.
Great. 6 seconds to spare. Nice timing. Thanks, Elizabeth. I think Gloria Chamberlain, you're up next.
We have Keisha and then Gloria.
Okay. Keisha?
Hi, my name is Keisha Watley. I am the owner and founder at Custom Art Studio. We are a full service art and design company in Mount Airy, and we've just purchased our first brick and mortar location in Germantown, and we're super excited to hear more about this program and how the program can actually help us expand and serve the community.
Terrific. Thanks a lot, Keisha. And congratulations on the location, second location. Gloria. Gloria, just unmute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Sorry about that. I represent a small company that we have just started in publishing, and we're producing some educational and fiction material that we would like to distribute. And we're interested in what it is we can do in Philadelphia, since Philadelphia has quite a history of a publishing center. So we're very interested to know what the program is.
Terrific. Thank you, Gloria. Joseph, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Joseph Hassenauer. I'm the creative director at OSBX. It's a full service creative production company. We do video, photography, design. Our main emphasis in video, we can take it from script to screen, which means directing, editing, all creative services. And we're ready for a pivot, so we're very excited.
Terrific. Thanks. Julian, you're up next.
Hello? Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
My name is Julian White. One thing I like to share about myself is I love smoothies. They're really good. I like to have one every morning, every once in a while in the morning when I can, to get started on the day. My business is I have a talent agency. It's called Fetch Model Management, and we're located in Philadelphia and New York. I heard about SKB through Marla Hampton, and she gave me she directed me.
Julian, thank you. Thank you. Excellent. So I am using the 30-second timer intentionally. Julian, you gave us some good information, and we're going to go on to Leah. Leah, you're up next. If you'll unmute.
Hi, I'm Leah Valencia Key, creator of Valencia Key Jewelry, inspiring to unlock your bravery. My favorite color is yellow. My website is www.valenciakey.com. I've been featured in the O magazine, and I'm looking forward to learn about the program.
Terrific, terrific, great, thank you. Up next is Lloyd.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Lloyd Bellow. I have an energy wholesale business. I've been sending people to this program for years, so it's now time for me to go through it, and I'm someone who likes to help other people.
Excellent, thanks, Lloyd. And again, folks, you may be saying, now wait a minute, I came here to learn about 10KSB. I am demonstrating part of what 10KSB is about. It's an opportunity to learn from other business owners, and one of the ways that you learn is to listen and find out who else is in the room. So continue to play along. We've got a few more folks to go through, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about the program. But hopefully you're taking notes and thinking about how other businesses, you could learn from other businesses. So with that, we're going to go to Maricha and then Marielle.
Hi. Okay. My name's Mauricia Genovese. My business is The Tiny Jeweler. I'm located in the Bach Building in South Philadelphia. I like to go hiking, go outside, and then I hand make like botanical inspired jewelry. And I don't really know too much about 10KSB, but I'm interested to see if it will be good for like a tiny business like me.
Sure. Thanks for the introduction. And we have a number of businesses who are in the Bach Building that have gone through the program. Adeline Coe, Chris with the men's grooming products, Rebecca, who has Remark Glass. So there's definitely some people that you can connect with. Great, thanks for the introduction. Marielle and then Maurice.
Hi, my name is Marielle Freeman. I am the founder and owner of a coffee shop called Shot Tower Coffee and a yoga studio called Three Queens Yoga. This program's been on my radar for a long time, but I've just been kind of swamped with small businesses and children, and I'm hoping that this year is the opportunity that I can do it. And it's been already so interesting hearing from all these different voices around.
Exactly. Philadelphia, Delaware, and South New Jersey is rich with small business owners that have vision, want to grow, and understand there's parts of their business that they may not know well, and they want to invest the time and energy to learn. So that's excellent. Okay, Maurice and then Melissa.
Good morning. My name is Maurice Williams. I own Life Med Ambulance, which is a non-emergency ambulance service here in the city of Philadelphia. One of the things I like to do is work out during the day when I have the opportunity to. What a friend of mine, my insurance agent, actually told me about 10K. So, you know, he really said this is a good program that helps with scaling your business. And I'm in an industry where the demand is high. So I hope to get some tips on how to scale my business.
Terrific, terrific. With the full 10KSB program, you will get more than tips. You will learn, you will apply, and you will write a growth plan. So it's something that you will own, including increasing your confidence. Thanks, Maurice. Melissa and then Rachel.
Hi, my name is Melissa Walter. I am the co-founder of Love City Brewing Company, located at 1023 Hamilton Street here in Philadelphia. I've heard fantastic things about the 10KSB program from friends, and I'm hoping to learn more about whether it's the right time for me to apply to this program. And one thing about me is that if I'm not working, I'm probably walking my 2 giant dogs around Germantown.
Terrific, terrific, excellent. Okay, so Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel Zimmerman. I'm the founder and executive director of In Liquid, which is based in the Crane Arts Building in Kensington. I like photography, which is why I started my business 21 years ago. I've known about GSK for many, many years, and I've had many friends who've done the program, but I'm just curious about what it can offer to me after doing this business for 21 years. Things have changed, and we survived the pandemic, so I think we have many more years left. But as a nonprofit, you always have to keep learning.
Excellent, absolutely. And we've had a number of business owners that I think we had someone that personally was, actually was in business for 40 years and decided to come to 10KSB. She was actually getting ready to sell her business, but she understood that there were parts of her business that she needed to understand better to prepare her business for sale. So with that, I know that we have a few more folks that haven't introduced themselves. We'll go through those few folks, and then I'm going to show you formally about the program. And again, I want to emphasize a big part of the program is understanding who you are, by understanding who are the businesses around you. And part of how you understand who's around you is to listen and learn. So with that, Rashida and then SJ.
Good morning. My name is Rashida Gary. I'm the owner and operator of Overbrook Little Learners, which is a preschool. We have the Philly Pre-K program, and we are a Keystone Stars 4-level program. I've been in business for 12 years and really trying to see what's next. Really trying to set our childcare business or our school apart from all the rest in this oversaturated environment, I guess. And I've heard about you guys through other childcare providers like Bob with Apple Pie and another childcare provider. So I'm looking forward to learning, growing, and developing a plan.
Terrific. I love that energy. Terrific. You're in the right place. And at the end of this, I'll invite everyone to fill out an application and go to the website. Okay, SJ and Whitley, you're going to wrap us up on this, and then I'll do a little bit more of the formal presentation, and I'll circle back to anyone that hasn't introduced themselves. Okay, SJ.
Good morning, I'm SJ. I am a real estate developer, and I am also in the process of purchasing a manufacturing company. So I've heard about this program several times in the past and thought this would be a good time to get more information.
Excellent. Thanks, SJ. And Whitley?
Hi, my name is Whitley Bladen. I'm a mobile massage therapist. My business is Gentle Force Mobile Massage. Also, I'm a real estate agent. So I'm on the PIDC newsletter. That's how I heard about this program. I'm currently finishing up LA21 program, so I figured this would be a nice transition to kind of go from one program to the next to learn
Excellent.
various things.
Excellent. Terrific. Well, congratulations for being in that program. And that's part of what 10KSB looks for. Folks who have an open mind, who want to learn, and who want to apply what they learn. Part of what makes us different, and I'm going to share my screen now, is that we're not just a program that gives you information and then says, okay, lecture's over. This is very interactive, and that's why I wanted to spend almost 15 minutes on you, because 10KSB is about you, your business, and the environment. So thanks again for playing along and really prepping yourself to be EEC, efficient, effective, and compelling. Okay, so the idea is to get people interested in asking you more questions and then starting a conversation. So with that, welcome and thank you for introducing yourself. Again, I'm Fran Mcneil, Education Services Director for the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program located at Community College. Now, right now, for our summer session, we will be online, and we've been online for spring 2021, and we were online for fall 2020. I don't know whether or not we'll be online for the fall, and that is the cohort that we're recruiting for. But in any case, it's important to know that 10KSB is a practical business education program. So again, we are not providing with a whole lot of theories. We're giving you concepts in bite-sized pieces, and we have peer-based learning. I saw in the chat someone was saying, you know, hey, here's something I've done. Marla was congratulating them and providing resources. So you learn from each other. We help you increase your access to capital. We do not give money away. However, as a result of going through the program, you are better positioned to work with CDFIs like PIDC, who have access to capital. And we have faculty who are experts, again, not because they're academic experts, they're experts because they're small business owners, they've coached small business owners, they've worked with our program, and they understand that small business owners are often working in their business instead of on their business. So they're giving you tips and techniques and tools so that you can be more effective, efficient, and compelling in how you think about your business, how you operate in your business, how you manage people that you attract to your business, how you work with your customers, and how you grow your business. So with that, we have you thinking big and thinking long. We help you create a 5-year growth plan. Now, certainly in 2019, many people didn't know that 2020 was coming. But the fact of the matter is, having a plan allows you to keep your eye on the prize. And we have a national alumni program. So at this point, we have reached 10,000 small businesses. In Philadelphia alone, we have worked with over 630 small businesses, primarily from Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New York, New Jersey, although we've had a few people come from New York and a few people come from Maryland. So again, it is a very extensive program. Here's a very quick map of where the program is located through our national program. If you are not within a 2-hour drive of one of the 19 sites, so we're an education and capital site, if you're not within a 2-hour drive, then there's a national program that allows you to take the program virtually. And so there have been participants, and I've been a faculty member for the national program. So in that class, that cohort, there were people from Puerto Rico and Hawaii and, you know, all over the United States. So what else is in the program, and who sort of put this all together? Well, the co-chairs of the program include Warren Buffett, Michael Bloomberg, and Dr. Michael Porter. So this is a public-private partnership to unlock the potential of small business owners. So I heard one person say that they were going to open up a hair salon, but they hadn't done it. I heard one person say that they had been in business many years. I heard one person say, I'm about to buy property. So knowing what you want to do and being able to do it are two different things. And 10KSB, being a business and management education program, helps you through the 100 hours of in-class time get access to practical tools that you can immediately apply on your business. Again, as a result of going through the program, you're better positioned not only to prepare your loan documents if you wanted a loan, and you're better positioned to advocate for that loan because you know your business, you know your numbers, you know your financials, you know your vision, you know the people that you're going to hire, you know the impact on the community. So that knowing and knowledge combined with confidence and resources, quite frankly, makes you dangerous. Now that part wasn't in the script, and having worked personally with all 630 people who have graduated through the program, I know that folks feel confident and dangerous. So one of the cool things about this program is there are also business support services. So you get to work with a business advisor one-on-one and meet with them weekly. So who are 10KSB participants? Well, nationally, 46% of them are women. And we put this statistic up here because originally that wasn't true. And so the Goldman Sachs Foundation, when they looked at who was applying, made a concerted effort to reach out to women and say, women business owners, we want you to be involved. And the foundation has also made a concerted effort to reach out to Black and brown businesses and smaller businesses, so businesses that have revenues at least at the $75,000 annual revenue mark. And we've had people in the program as young as 22. In fact, we had a 23-year-old business person who had a $2 million business. And again, the folks that were a little bit older than her were very happy to see her energy, her enthusiasm, and her impact. And nationally, there's been someone who went through the program and they were 84. In Philadelphia, I think we had a 71-year-old participant. So again, no one's too young, no one's too old. And it really doesn't matter what your education level is. What we're looking for, again, is mindset, your willingness to be open to learning. One phrase we use often is trust the process. So we do have a rigorous process. I am what is called a driver. So I'm sort of the no-nonsense leader, and I work with the faculty to say to the faculty, I want you to be courageous in sharing the information with the scholars. We call the small business owners scholars. I want you to be confident and really listen to their concerns, and I want you to hold them accountable so that you do the work. Because if you do the work in 10KSB, the rewards are phenomenal. So let's take it the next slide. I mean, okay, so I'm going to enroll in this program. It's 100 hours. This woman is telling me it's a lot of work, but will it make a difference? Yes, it does. So over a 6-month period after people have graduated from the program, 70% of the alumni have increased revenues versus 53% nationally through SBA data. And over 50% of the alumni create new jobs within 6 months versus 30% when the SBA kind of surveyed small businesses in general who hadn't gone through the program. And the program has a 99% graduation rate. So here in Philadelphia, and we serve businesses in southern New Jersey, Delaware, and the 5 counties around Philadelphia, we're really committed to helping make sure that you get through the program, that you apply yourself, and that you find that it's valuable. And so accountability is part of trusting the process and doing what you need to do and knowing how to raise your hand when you need help. So who can apply to this program? Because some of the people, when you were introducing yourself, said, I'm trying to find out, is this the right thing? And, how do I apply? Here are the criteria. So if you want to take a snapshot of that, feel free to do so. You must be an owner or a co-owner of a business. We prefer that because then you are amongst other owners and co-owners. You must be in operation for at least 2 years. We want you to have the experience of running your business, knowing some of the pitfalls of running your business, being clear what your business's challenges are, and also having a good idea of where you want to go. You must have annual revenues for the previous year above $75,000. And in the past, pre-pandemic, that number was above 150,000. And you must have at least 2 employees, 2 full-time employees. The reason is that in a rigorous program, that every week you spend about 10 to 12 hours a week, not necessarily in front of the Zoom screen, but meeting with your growth group, meeting with your business advisor, doing your growth plan, doing research at the library, preparing for meetings, preparing for the webinar. We want to make sure that as a result of being in this program, your business doesn't fall apart. So we need to know, and we will ask you, who is going to be running your business when you're working strategically in this program? And the other thing that we want to know is that you want to grow your business and create jobs. Okay, so let me stop here for a moment and just open it up for questions. What questions? And I'm going to stop sharing the screen so I can see your faces. If you don't have your camera on, one of the things we do in 10KSB is we ask you to have your camera on. This is not, 10KSB is not a podcast. It is not Clubhouse. You know, it is not a talk radio show. It is an interactive, collaborative learning environment.
Fran,
so
can you hear me?
again,
This is Quinn.
Yes?
It's Quinn. We are actually in webinar format, not meeting format, so they are not able to turn their video on.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. That's helpful to know. And it does allow me to sort of make the point that when we have our classes, we're in the meeting format. So your camera is expected to be on. We put you in mute, and then you does everyone know how to raise their hand? I see Glenn has done that. So if you have a question, you want to make a comment, raise your hand. Glenn, I'll take your question.
Oh, he just put his hand down. Oh, here we go. Go ahead, Glenn.
He's on mute. Yes.
Can you hear me now? Sorry about that. So just a quick question with regard to the $75,000 of annual income. We're about to open a new fitness and wellness facility in downtown Philadelphia. Been in the plans for quite some time, and we do plan on franchising and opening up more corporate centers across America and hopefully around the globe. But of course, we haven't generated a dime of revenue just yet. But I would say by September we'll probably easily surpass that 75,000 threshold. So what does a company like ours, who hasn't generated revenue just yet, but anticipates rather significant revenue in a fairly short period of time, to do? Must we wait to apply and miss the fall program, or can we apply?
So that's a great question, and Glenn, thank you for asking it. So based on the criteria, yes, I would say I'd ask you to wait and apply again in the fall of 2022. Because at that point, at least you'd have 1 year in business. It's likely that we would defer you and wait until you had the full 2 years. And the good thing is, in Philadelphia, as Marla opened up at 9:15 talking about the resources of PIDC and the connections, there are many, many entrepreneurial training programs that you can go into as a startup business. So if you connect with Marla and her team after this session, I'm sure she'd be able to give you some information on that. Does that help, Glenn?
It is helpful. It's a little disappointing, to be honest with you, because I think there's many great companies out there that are pre-revenue, that have been in the planning stage for quite some time, and we're a good example of that. It took us a long time to find the right space, as we have an immersive cycling program that we're going to be offering. So finding the right height, the right width, etc., took us considerable time.
Great.
I'd also like to kind of offer up my services as somebody who's kind of gone through the process, actually secured a rather significant loan to make this happen. And, I have mentored others and be happy to do so as part of the Goldman Sachs program as well.
Okay. Well, Glenn, I will, there'll be a slide where my information will be available, and I will put it in the chat. Again, I'm Fran Mcneil. That's Fran with 2 N's and an E. I think Netflix has a program and with an E. And my email address is fmcneil@ccp.edu. I'm typing that right now. So definitely people can contact me. Glenn, one of the things I'm known for being a listener and also being upfront. So I hear your disappointment that the program is not for pre-stage or early stage businesses. And the Goldman Sachs Foundation, in making their assessment of entrepreneurial training programs across the country, decided that the niche that they would fill with this specialized program is to work with businesses that had been in business 2 years or more. So Glenn, the fact that you've mentored other businesses, that you're confident about where you're going, I'm also confident that in 2 years you will be in business and we will be here and we will be available as a resource. So thank you for your question. Appreciate it. Anyone else have a question at this point in time? Just raise your electronic hand. And I miss the fact that I can't see your faces. Okay, so with that, I'm going to, okay, and Marla is also, and I'm just going to read this aloud for folks. Marla is encouraging you to register for the upcoming webinar on Wednesday, May the 19th, to learn more about additional business education programs. Again, PIDC is a wonderful partner. They're a wonderful resource. And the idea is that whatever stage of business you are in Philadelphia, there are a number of educational programs, access to capital programs, opportunities to learn from each other. So Glenn, I thank you for your interest and your questions, and there's no reason that you can't connect with some of our alumni and our team as you're rolling out your business. So I talked about this intensive educational curriculum. And why do I say that? I say that because many small businesses, once they are accepted to the program and they start to work in the program, they're like, oh my goodness, 10 to 12 hours a week, you weren't kidding. And the answer is absolutely not kidding. This is our curriculum sort of arrow. We have an orientation session. We have a session where we call them modules, where we really talk about you and your business. I talked about you, your business, and the environment. We also talk about what are you doing in terms of social entrepreneurship? How are you contributing to the economy? We understand that for many businesses, financial statements and finances and being able to apply for a loan and understanding the impact of how they spend their money within their business is a challenge. It might be something they're afraid of. It's like the little monster under the bed. So we have a number of opportunities to help you really understand the documents that are used consistently around the world to interpret what you did in your business from a financial standpoint. We do focus on growth, and we help you create a growth plan, and we help you explore what are opportunities that might help your business grow. We dive deep into money and metrics, and we actually have a scenario where you are the lender and you look over loan documents and you decide whether or not this person should get a loan. We focus on you as the leader. What's your style? How do you lead? Who do you manage? Who do you motivate? Why do people work for you? What's your vision in this business? And how does that connect back to your growth opportunities? And then in Mod 5, it's the people. Who are the people in your business? How do you hire them? How do you attract them? How do you interview them? How do you onboard them? How do you train them? When there's performance issues, how do you handle that? And then marketing and selling. What are you doing in terms of marketing and selling? And do you really know your customer? Do you know why they buy and how often they buy? And what's your marketing plan around that? We have a legal clinic. So we bring in lawyers so that you can ask some questions that are related primarily to performance management issues. If you have to fire someone, what about those 1099s? Should they be full-time or not? Operations and processes. You've heard of the E-Myth, or you might not have heard of the E-Myth. It's a book. And one of the concepts there is you can work in your business, so you're kind of doing the work, or you can work on your business and really be a business owner, step away from your business. So in order to step away from your business and have your business run itself, there need to be processes in place so that people know what to do and you know that it's working and your customers are satisfied. Being bankable. What do you need to do in order to be ready for funding? How do you make that funding pitch? How do you prepare? How do you negotiate? And then finally, how do you prepare to take action on your growth plan? So it's a very comprehensive, standardized curriculum. And while I have been talking a fair amount in this presentation, the fact of the matter is that in our online program, it's 2 hours, a 2-hour webinar on Monday, it's a 2-hour webinar, hour and a half webinar on Friday, and then there's many interactions throughout the week that allow you to work with other people, that there's course material, you get a chance to implement your plan, and you work with your growth group, your business advisor, and you create something called a growth plan that is both strategic and tactical. So what are the takeaways? You definitely improve your presentation skills, and that's one of the reasons I had you do that 30-second intro. We time everything, and if you go over your 30 seconds, we say thank you. We help you understand your cash flow. We help you attract top talent. We help you identify new business opportunities, strengthen your negotiation tactics, and maximize marketing strategy. So in short, using 3 components, education, business support, and capital, we help position you for growth. And we hold you accountable to writing it down. So, given that, there's a lot of support with 10KSB. So even with its intensity, it is intense in terms of the level of support. You get one-on-one business advising, you get access to subject matter experts, there's excellent peer learning. So you might not be as strong in the financial statements, but there's probably somebody who's an accountant in the class, or someone who's worked with a great accountant. You might be really great in managing people, and there might be someone who's not so great in managing people. So there's opportunities to share and learn. And the alumni, once you graduate from 10KSB, the opportunities are really limitless. So one of the things that we do is help you get access to capital. And we have 2 capital partners. So PIDC and Community First Fund happen to be capital partners, and they help small businesses through flexible underwriting, technical assistance, affordable pricing for the loans, and they target areas that are typically underserved by traditional lenders. So PIDC, who is hosting this particular Zoom meeting, and Community First Funds are resources. So I'm really glad that many of you through PIDC wanted to learn more about the program. And the whole goal is that they can provide loans as low as $50,000, as high as $750,000, at terms to 3 to 5 years, an interest rate that's very reasonable. There is collateral, and there are opportunities for equity. So we want you to understand that the Goldman Sachs Foundation, in creating this educational program, understood that they did not want to be the ones making the loans, but they partnered with organizations where lending was their strength and lending with community development and small business development in mind was critical. So with loans from BIDC, you could use them for working capital, refinancing, machinery and equipment purchases, building purchases, leasehold improvement, land acquisition, and new construction. So again, I would encourage you, if you haven't done so, and Marla has invited you several times, to attend additional PIDC workshops. So what can you expect if you, and I'm going to invite you to, apply to www.10ksbapply? Well, first of all, you'll fill out an application, and that application, the first part, is relatively easy. We're looking for your contact information, a little bit about your business, and why you want to be part of the program. And then if you meet the criteria, then we'll ask you, that should be www. Then we'll ask you to provide some more comprehensive information so that we can look at the last 2 years of financials, so that we can understand a little bit more about your business, who's running your business, some of your challenges, and then we invite you to interview, and the participants that are selected into the program then have a full scholarship. They have access to a very practical curriculum that's designed to drive business growth. I call it a convenient class schedule. When we're live, it's all day on Fridays. When we're remote, it's Mondays and Fridays. And then again, there's sort of 10 hours of work in between. You get skills that you can apply immediately. You have access to a local and national alumni workshop, and again, an opportunity to access capital. So that's our commitment to you. So what's your commitment to us? You must attend all learning sessions. I am the enforcer in the process. So in the interview process, and when I'm giving you the offer of acceptance, I will ask you, can you attend? Have you looked at the calendar? Can you attend all the sessions? You will complete a survey where you have to state, I can attend this session, or I can't, and here's why. You're expected to take part in in-class activities as well as out-of-class activities. So that doesn't mean we want you to break COVID-19 rules. What that does mean is you need to meet with your paired partner. You need to meet with your business advisor by Zoom. You need to participate in your growth group. You need to do your growth plan. You need to prepare for the webinars. And you have to have a commitment to really want to grow the revenue of your business and to create jobs. You must complete your growth plan, and we have a process called monitoring and evaluation. It's called M&E. So we actually ask you to fill out some documents before you start the program and fill out some documents after you start the program so that we can see your progress as it relates to revenue, as it relates to job creation, as it relates to community impact, as it relates to your confidence throughout the program. And then 6 months, 18 months, and 30 months after the program, we'll also ask you to complete that survey. And that's what allows us to confidently say 77% of alumni having, created jobs, new jobs within the last 6 months. So we have the data to back up our claim. So the application asks for information, about your company, your customers, your competitors. We want to know that you know your business, and we want to know what you're having trouble with. We ask for some information about your background. Who are you? What have you done? What is your educational background? Have you had other businesses? What's your vision? What's your motivation? We want you to acknowledge that you know what the program's about, and we want you to provide supporting materials and financial documents. So we do ask for your driver's license. We do ask for your tax records. We do ask for your financial statements. So we want to know that it's really you and that you're ready to be in the program. So some of the advantages of 10KSB is that 88% of people who graduate from the program do business with each other. So, some people say, oh, it's a great networking activity. Well, what I would say is the networking is really as a result of learning and growing side by side with people over a 4-month process. And so you get to see who is true to their word. You get to see who contributes ideas. You get to see who's open-minded. You get to see who's fun to work with. And in that sense, people want to pay it forward and help out fellow scholars, fellow business owners. So here's some success stories, because some of you are wondering, well, you know, she's talked, she's given stats, she's given excitement, but who are real people who went through the program? Well, nationally, Reese Powell in New York started, he graduated the program in 2011. He had a Harlem-based business that provided alternative and healthy meals to students. And one of the things that happened to him as a result of participating in the program is over the years, since 2011, he's hired 110 new employees. Bam! He's increased his revenues by 569%. Again, when you complete the M&E survey diagnostics, we've got the stats to know that that's true. And he's won 6 new contracts totaling almost $1 million from different schools in New York City. Angelica Rivera had a construction company. She created 10 new jobs, won 5 new contracts valued at $1 million, and increased her revenues 310%. Drop the mic. And Miguel, out in Long Beach, California, graduated in 2011 as well, and he provides masonry, concrete, and stonework services. He hired 22 new employees and increased revenues by 532%. Nationally, here's just some examples. And you're wondering, are there Philadelphia success stories? Absolutely! Here are people that went through the program at community college. Lloyd Williams, just talked to him last night. He specializes in tile and marble, and his company is headquartered in Philadelphia. PIDC has featured him in their blog. Since 2014, he's hired 20 new employees, increased revenues by 10%, and won 20 new contracts valued at $400,000 yearly. So Lydell is seeing consistent revenues. Erin Riley, relatively young woman. She was under 30 when she joined the program. She provides promotional products. Since 2014, she's hired 45 new full-time employees. She's increased revenues 900%, and she's invested in Philadelphia neighborhoods by building 2 company headquarters that are based in Philadelphia, and she's also opened offices in the Philippines and India. And Mark Coleman graduated in 2014. He has web development and creative services headquartered in Philadelphia, hired 20 new employees since 2014, increased revenues by 278%, won 50 new contracts valued at over $40 million, and he has been on the Philadelphia 100 fastest growing list twice. So these folks are real life people, went through the program. I was actually Erin Riley's business advisor. So, you know, I've seen this, I've seen the magic happen. So I'd like to thank you for, you know, being part of today's webinar. I'd like to ask you to take action. I see that there's some points in the chat, and absolutely, as Marla said, there are so many success stories. It is credible. I won't use the word it's incredible. It is credible. 630 alumni who have gone through the program. So I invite you to check out www.10ksbapply.com. You can read more about the program. You can see some of the success stories. You can see how the curriculum lays out. And you can take the first step by filling out the initial application. And then if you do so, then you'll be in our database, And then we will be following up with you to ask you to complete part 2 of the application, providing those financial statements, providing those tax records, providing your driver's license, filling out a more complete application process, and so that you can be invited to interview. And it's through the interview that we get to hear you in person through Zoom and determine whether or not cohort 25, that has an application deadline of May 22nd, is right for you. And so part of my goal today is to encourage you to apply now, and when you get the invitation to complete part 2, to take 3 or 4 days to complete part 2 fully, and contact our team if you have questions. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and open the mic back up for questions. I think everyone's still on the line, so that's good. I haven't lost anybody. What questions do you have? What action will you take? How many people are typing in the chat, I'm going to www.10ksbapply.com and I'm going to apply? How many people are going to type that into the chat saying, yes, I'm going to apply? How many of you have questions? If you've got questions, here I am. I will apply. Yvonne Ferguson. I know Yvonne. Go Yvonne. Congrats on growing your business. So Yvonne, I met her through Pamela Rich Wheeler's program, and that's the beauty of Philadelphia. There are, going back to Glenn's comments, there are so many fabulous training programs in the Philadelphia area that you can start, you can go through them, you can grow your business, and then when you're ready, 10KSB is here for you. Okay, so Glenn would, Glenn would like your email. Questions, comments. Okay, Rashida is going to apply. Julian is going to apply. I feel like Oprah. A book for you, a book for you. Okay, Marielle is going to apply. Yvonne, okay, so 4 out of 21. Chris is saying thank you for the information. Joseph is going to apply. Good, I'm going to follow up. What questions do folks have? We've got 5 minutes for questions. Maurice is going to apply. Lloyd is going to apply. Keisha, okay, and that's great. Keisha, when you meet the revenue requirements, you'll be applying. Terrific. Glenn, I'd love to see you put Fran, I'm going to be applying in 2 years. Marisha? Okay, so again, your time has been well spent in understanding what the requirements are, because now you've got a mountaintop to look forward to. In the meantime, as Marla indicated, there is a workshop, and I want to get the date right, on May the 19th, where you can learn about additional business programs. So Community College has Power Up. The Enterprise Center has programs. Pam Rich Wheeler has programs. So there's lots and lots of programs. Okay. Glenn, you're interested in volunteering? That's excellent. I saw someone said that they might, Melissa, you might apply, you will apply, but you might defer. And that's a good point too. If you're saying, you know what, the fall cohort might not be the right timing, I would encourage you to apply, do the first round of the application, get the invitation to the second round of the application, fill it out, interview, and then if you're offered a spot in the fall, you do get a chance to defer to January of next year if the fall just isn't really a good time for you and your business. So what questions do you have? Marla, you've got such an engaging group. I'm very, very excited. And Marla put in the chat a link to Power Up Your Business. What is cool about that program is if you live in the city of Philadelphia, City Council has funded a special program. So it is really wonderful. And again, it's free. It's kind of modeled after 10KSB. It's very interactive. Oh, SJ, I see you have a question. Go ahead, SJ.
There we go. Sorry, it takes a second for the microphone option to pop up.
You said you were going to put your contact information somewhere, and I haven't
Yes,
seen it.
and the chat has been so active that it might have scrolled away. So there it is, and again, it's Fran with 2 N's and an E, McNeil. So you can email me. You can also go to, oh, I keep putting the one with the comma. You can also go to www.10ksbapply. And if you go on Community College's website, I'm going to put this in here, www.ccp.edu/10ksb, that site features our alumni. So it has press releases about alumni that have, done some great things with the program, and it lists the current schedule. So does that help?
Yep, that helps. Thanks.
Terrific. Okay, I see a few folks are heading off. We're almost at our time. Any additional questions for me? I'd love for you to put in the chat for the 19 people that are still on the line. What was most valuable about this session? So it might be great, and I appreciate the kudos. What is one takeaway from this session? If you would put that in the chat. I'd love each of the folks that are on the line. Dana, Daree, Elizabeth, Glenn, John, Joseph, Julia, Keisha, Lindsay, Lloyd, Maricha, Marielle, Maurice, Melissa, Rashid, SJ. Put in the chat what was, okay, so it was clear, concise, and focused. It was helpful to learn about the time commitment. Yes, I really like to be direct about the time commitment, because one of the things we say is trust the process. The other thing that we say is you will get out of the program what you put into the program. And so I have seen businesses that, have just made that 2-year mark that are just, like $79,000 in annual revenue the previous year. They make the time commitment, and the growth is almost exponential because they're sort of at the beginning of the journey. I've seen people that have been in business 35 years and they were sort of depressed. They maybe hadn't gotten a loan. They put the time and energy in the business through the networking, through the rigor of the program. They're able to empower others in the business to help them move the business forward. Yes, there is definitely, Lindsay, help for business owners. It is a super program. It's good to learn about the commitment it takes and what's needed to apply. And Marielle says the prospect and promise of being able to create jobs and increase revenue based on the curriculum. I have seen it happen. I mean, what's so cool is as you get into this cohort, and a cohort means a group of people who are going through an experience at the same time. When you get into this cohort, as early as Mod 1, people begin to see the power of the people around them. People begin to see the curriculum as a circle of accountability, and they make a commitment to themselves and to their business to really do it, just do it. And so by Mod 2, we often have people saying, oh my goodness, this customer that was dragging their feet, I now have the confidence and I've been able to close that deal. So I love the energy that you as small business owners are committing to yourself. I hope that you do feel inspired to look into a structured business program like 10KSB. Hold on to the information. If it's not right for you, share it up with someone else that might meet the criteria. This session has been recorded, so you can share the link with someone else. And if you know someone that might need to hear this information, my colleague, Joan Creste, the executive director of 10KSB, will do the exact same presentation on May the 7th at 12:30 p.m. So with that, I am going to turn it back over to Marla and her team. I want to thank the participants that have been actively engaged, that understand that 10KSB apply.com is a great place to go. so that you can get started on growing your business with the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program. I'm Fran Mcneil, Education Services Director. I look forward to seeing your application. Feel free to start it today. It takes about 5 minutes to start and complete phase 1. And for the folks that said, yes, I will, I am going to be looking out for your application. Okay, Marla, back to you.
Fran, thank you so much. There's not much left to say. And, you know, the program is unlike any program that we have ever had here in the city of Philadelphia. I will tell you, it is not based on who you know. It is based on you. And so often in Philadelphia, people think if I have the hookup with this person or that person, they'll slip me in. There's no slipping in. You've got to do this on your own. And so we encourage you to get your applications in as quickly as possible. The deadline is May
22nd.
27th. Deadline is May 27th. So we encourage you to go to the website, go to the national website also and see what's happening across the country with this program. Go to the local website and see what's happening here. Make sure if you meet those eligibility requirements that Fran talked about, make sure you're getting in that application. This is an investment in you as the business owner, as you are leading and guiding your company. It is, no matter how rigorous, no matter the hours, it's an investment where the return on investment is outstanding. I've been doing this, Fran, for a long time. I've never seen a program as phenomenal as this, not because you're sitting in a class, but because you're able to get principles for growth that you can apply not just today, but we've got clients now who graduated years ago, because remember, we've been doing this now for 8 years. And I say, pull out that growth plan, refer to that growth plan right now. And so it's not just something that's good for today, but the principles you're going to learn are going to carry you throughout the life cycle of your business. When you're thinking about new ventures. So if you decide, you know what, I now think, and that's what this does, it gives you new ideas about a spinoff, and you take those same principles and apply those into any future endeavor, which does not have to be related to anything you're doing today. So with that, we're gonna sign off. We thank you for coming on. We thank you, Fran, so much. You're getting the best here. Fran was again, she started with Goldman Sachs in New York, where the program originated. We started then here in Philadelphia. Fran has been here from the start,